7 and 8.
Just the right one.
There we go.
Where am I now? Now, Cheshire Puss, would you tell me please which way I ought to walk from here?
That depends a good deal on where you'd like to get to.
Well, I don't much care where.
Then it doesn't matter which way you walk.
Just as long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that, as long as you keep walking along.
Well, what sort of people live about here?
To the right lives a mad hatter. To the left lives a mad hare. Is it either you'd like? They're both mad.
Well, I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you're sure to do that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad.
How do you know that I'm mad?
You must be, or you wouldn't have come here today. Say, have you played croquet yet with the Queen today?
Well, I would like it very much, but I haven't been invited yet.
You'll see me there. By the by, whatever became of the baby? I'd almost nearly forgotten to ask.
Well, it turned into a pig.
I thought it might. Did you say pig or fig?
I said pig, and I wish you wouldn't keep appearing and vanishing. You make me go quite giddy.
All right.
Well, I've often seen a cat without a grin, but a grin without a cat? It's the most curious thing I ever saw in all my life. I've seen hags before. The March hare will be much the most interesting. And perhaps as this is May, it won't be raging mad. At least, not as mad as it was in March. It must be very uncomfortable for the dormouse. Only, as it's asleep, I suppose it doesn't mind.
No room.
There's plenty of room.
Have some wine.
I don't see anyone,
There isn't any.
and it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
Wasn't very civil of you. Sit down without being invited.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was your table. It's late for a great many more than 3.
Your hair wants cutting.
You should learn not to make personal remarks. It's very rude.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
We shall have some fun now. I'm glad they've begun asking riddles. I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean you think you could find out the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Then why don't you say what you mean?
Well, I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know.
Not the same thing a bit. Why, you might just as well say, I eat what I see is the same thing as I see what I eat.
You might just as well say, I like what I get. It's the same thing as I get what I like.
You might just as well say, I breathe when I sleep is the same as I sleep when I breathe.
It's just the same for you.
What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong.
I told you butter wouldn't suit the world.
It was the best butter.
Yes, but some must have got in with the crumbs. I told you not to put it with the bread knife.
It was the best butter.
What a funny watch. It tells the day of the month, but not what o'clock it is.
Why should it? Does your watch tell what year it is?
Of course not. But that's because it stays the same here for such a long time altogether.
It's just the same with mine.
I don't quite understand you.
The dormouse is asleep again.
Of course. Just what I was going to remark myself.
Have you solved the riddle yet?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Nor I.
Well, I think you should do something better with the time of yours than wasting it on asking riddles that have no answers.
If you knew time at all, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you don't. I dare say you ever even spoke to time.
Perhaps not, but I know I have to beat time when I learn music.
Ah, that accounts for it. You want? Stand for beat. Now, I say if you've kept on good terms with him, you can do almost anything you like with the clocks. Let's say it's 9 o'clock in the morning. You could whisper a little hint to time, and he could set the clocks around in a twinkling. 1:30, time for dinner.
I only wish it was.
That would be grand, certainly. But then I wouldn't be hungry for it, you know.
Not at first, maybe, but you could keep it at 1:30 as long as you like.
Is that the way you manage?
Huh, not I. We had this quarrel last March, right before he went mad. I was at a great concert given by the Queen of Hearts when I had to sing. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. You know the song, perhaps.
I've heard something like it.
Well, it doesn't end there. It goes on, you know. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, 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 twinkle. Well, I hardly finished the first verse. Twinkle, twinkle, I hardly finished the first verse. Twinkle, twinkle. I hardly finished the first verse. When the Queen had bawled out, "Off with his head, he's murdering time!"
How dreadfully savage.
And so it was. In fact, since then he doesn't listen to me.
change the subject? Getting tired of this. I vote the young lady tells us a story.
Well, I'm afraid I will know one.
Then the dormouse shall. Wake up, dormouse.
I wasn't asleep. I heard every word you fellows were saying.
Tell us a story.
Yes, please do.
Once upon a time, there were 3 sisters, and their names were Elsie, Lacey, and Tilly, and they lived at the bottom of a well.
What did they live on?
They lived on treacle.
Treacle? Why, they couldn't have done that. They'd have been ill.
So they were. Very ill.
Why did they live at the bottom of the well?
Take some more tea.
I haven't had any yet, so I can't take more.
Ah, you mean you can't take any less? It's very easy to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Who's making personal remarks now?
Why did they live at the bottom of a well?
It was a treacle well.
There's no such...
You can't be civil. You better finish the story yourself.